Hey guys, as you can see, it is me again. I'm going to try to get you a little reloading vid here. I've been promising this for a long time, guys. Don't know when I'm going to have this posted, because to be honest about it, don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm probably not going to be able to go through the whole process tonight because it's so late. This is Easter Sunday, guys, and it's just been where I had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning for the sunrise service. Guys, I've just been wore out today. I've not, I was going to get out here at like 3 o'clock or something and, try to get this reloading done. And I just never could get out of the house. I mean, I was just so tired. So now it's about 11 o'clock at night where I've laid around and rested all day. Now I've kind of got, woke up, my second wind going, and now I'm wanting to do something. So anyway, I'm going to just show you step by step, guys. And this is not going to be as good as if somebody was filming this for me because, they're, just not going to be able to get the close-ups and things like that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get on with this. I'm just going to real briefly, guys, show you all the steps in reloading pistol ammunition. Now, what we're going to do tonight, I don't know how well you can see that. You probably can't, but that is a 45 ACP or 45 Auto, it's commonly called. The ACP actually stands for Automatic Colt Pistol. So, anyway, guys, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some 45 ACP. I'm going to do 5. As you can see here, I've got the rest of them. I've got 15. Now, guys, I just got these out of the tumbler. They've tumbled for right at a day. I normally don't tumble mine that long, but I've kept tumbling for, the whole time today while I kept saying I was going to come out here and start doing this, I just let them keep tumbling. So they're good and clean. They're good and shiny, as you can see. First step is we got to clean the primer pockets. But now, guys, first step is right now, and I'll just have to edit this together. I see my battery lights coming on. My battery's trying to go dead. So let me do a real quick battery change, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. Anyway, like I said, here we've got 5 45 ACP cases. Now, they've already been sized. And, guys, that's the only process, I guess, that I'm not going to be able to show you, and I should have. But I do that before I clean them. And basically all it is, you run it through a sizing die. It decaps them and sizes them. With decapping just means it knocks the primer out, and it sizes this. When you shoot this, as that bullet comes out, your case naturally swells out a little bit. So when you decap it and size it, that die, it's got a pin that goes through the back and knocks the primer out, and this goes up in a die, and it squeezes this back. Actually, squeezes it back a little too tight. A little bit smaller than it needs to be. So that'll be one of our steps we got to do is we've got to actually flour that back out just a little bit so the bullet will start in it. But our next step, guys, is our primer pockets, and I don't know how well you can tell that. Let me get another one here. Our primer pockets are not real clean. So what I'm going to do real quick here, guys, so you can see it. Now normally I'll tell you what, since it'll reach, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, guys. I try to do everything the lazy man's way. This is a miniature wire brush, guys. It's made for cleaning primer pockets. You got a big one and a small one. The big one is for large primers, which is what these take. The small one is for small primers. You just got to kind of, when you get into reloading, you learn what's got big and what's got small. I mean, you can tell by looking at them. So you can do this by hand, guys, but if you're going to do 25, 30, 40, 50, 100 shells at a time, this will kill you. Your hand will fall off. So what I do, I rigged it up in a drill. I actually need to take my snap-on drill and put this in now that I've got my snap-on drill up here. But I just take this. Primer pocket's clean, guys. Like I said, guys, it's probably not going to be the best cinematography. This is what you call it, in the world. And guys, this will probably be a several part series because, this is a little bit of a time consuming process. And even though you're not going to be able to get real good close-ups, guys, I still want to show you all as much as I can. So anyway, there we go. We've got our primer pockets cleaned. like I said, if I was doing 50 guys, I'd go ahead and do 50. If I, well, normally, and I'm going to do the rest of these later. As you can see back here, I've got some already set and already done. These are, what are they? 40 caliber. These are 40 Smith & Wesson batch I've got kind of ready to go. And I've got some 223s back there too, but you can't see those. Anyway, guys, our next step is, once you get all your primer pockets cleaned, you got to put a primer back in them. Because if you don't put a primer in them, they won't hold powder. So anyway, let me grab my primers real quick, guys. I guess I should have been a little more prepared. Alright, guys, these are the ones I'm using during this load. And guys, I don't even know what load I'm doing yet. To be honest about it, I don't. I'm sure it's going to be a Hornady load, so that's the reason I'm using the CCI. That's what they use with their stuff. So these are the number 300 large pistol primers. So basically all we do, guys, we're doing 5. That's what we're doing now. So you just, simple stuff, easy peasy, get 5 out. So there's our 5 primers. And what I'm going to have to do, guys, I'm going to reset the camera. So let's do that real quick. I got to take you over to the press. Alright, guys, I hope and pray that you're going to be able to see this. See, guys, you can see right here in the top, that's actually the decapping die. That's the one I use to decap them and size them. So I got to take that die out. Now the reason I'm doing this, we don't have to have a die to prime them. But I do my priming, as I think most guys do. I do my priming in case guys, I'm having a brain fade. My flaring of my case, so it'll take the bullet. I do that at the same time. Now what I wanted to show you guys about that is, if you'll see here, let's see, guys. Alright, here's a 230 grain, get over here to the camera, bullet, 230 grain full metal jacket spear bullet. See, it won't go in that case. Let me find it again. I'm sorry, guys. It won't go in there. It won't even start in. Now, what we got to do is I flip this down, guys. This is your priming arm. All I do to get it ready to prime is flip it in there, and it goes right in the press. A lot of guys use a hand squeezy loader, and I've actually got one, guys, but I'd rather do it this way. I just had. So what you do, guys, and like I said, I hope you can see this good enough. You place your primer in your priming arm. You pick up on it. Now what I do is you push backwards on the handle to seat it, and then after I seat it, you see this is my flaring die, guys, and I've already got this set. I take and I pull it all the way down. So I primed it, and then I took it up, and this flaring die actually opened this mouth up a little bit, or at least it was supposed to. Yeah. Now if you guys will see, a while ago it wouldn't fit in it. It's just barely stuck in it now. That's all you want. You want that barely flared enough so this bullet will start in it. So it will just barely hold it. Now 45 ACP, you don't got to worry a whole lot about because they're a fairly low pressure cartridge. On higher pressure cartridges, let's say like a 40 Smith & Wesson, a 10 millimeter, or a 357 SIG, some of the newer cartridges, you really want to make sure that you flare them the least amount you can, because the less you work that brass, you guys that do body work and metal work and that kind of stuff, as you stretch a piece of metal out and shrink it back, stretch it out, shrink it back, the more you do that, you're eventually going to crack it. 45 ACP is actually the cartridge that I would recommend to most guys if you're just getting into reloading. If you've got any 45 guns, that's what I would reload first because of the lowest pressure. The cases will last virtually forever, guys. I've got some of these cases right now, and some of these I'm doing right now may be that way, that I have reloaded probably already 10 times a piece, and there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're just, Hickok 45 has got some 45 ACPs. He said that he has reloaded, for like 10, 15 years, and he shoots a lot. And they're like I said, they're low pressure. They're not hard on cases. They're not as critical. Now, rifle bullets, I recommend anybody that gets into reloading, do some pistol ammo before you get into rifle. That's just my opinion, if you can, because like I said, it's more forgiving. You're not using near as much powder. Now, the only thing about pistol is you're more likely to double charge because you don't fill the case all the way up like you do with a rifle. That's the only caveat about pistol that you need to watch out on. Pistol is easier to double charge. Anyway, guys, I know we're already, with my first little part, this is going to be over 10 minutes, but like I said, I'll have to do this in parts. So I guess I'm going to stop right there. That way I can edit this good, and I'll be back in just a second, guys, and I'll throw some powder charges. That's our next step, is to put powder in them, and then put the bullet in them, set the bullet to depth, or the length we want to go, and then crimp them. So I'll be right back.